Welcome to Training for Forwards, helping you develop your game to score more goals. And what we're going to be looking at today is the top strikers out there, those goal scorers who can change the game in an instant. Someone like Harry Kane who can get on the ball and make it a 1-0 victory. So what does make these players so good? And how can we develop our game and try and get to that level where we can score more goals regularly? And first of all, we're going to be taking a look at playing on the blind side. And Haaland from Borussia Dortmund has a fantastic ability to play on the blind side and score lots of goals. Firstly, we want to get on the blind side. Our player with the yellow circle is going to be playing to our attacker here in red. The defender wants to make sure that they can see the attacker and also the person playing the ball. If you position yourself on that defender's shoulder a few steps away, then the defender's going to have a hard time seeing that ball and you as the attacking player. So what we want to make sure is that we drag that defender out wide by being in that or out of that field of vision, and then we can make a darting run into the space that they have left or vacated. That ball can then get played right into the middle for you to run onto and score. Secondly, though, we can think of the defender being a bit more patient. If that central defender is more patient, the right back may tuck in. By doing that, that actually creates plenty of space for that left winger on the outside near the touchline there. As that right back tucks in, it's going to give the midfielder the time to spread a pass across to that left winger, who's going to drive down the line with the ball in their possession. Now, as that happens, this is when the striker makes a quick dart in toward the box, bending their run so that the left winger can get their head up, see the space, and look to deliver a nice whipped-in ball into the box for you. So get on that blind side, and it can create lots of different opportunities for you as the attacker. Our second area to focus on, just like Inter Milan's Romelu Lukaku, is running in behind the defence. Secondly, we want to make sure that as an attacker, you run in behind the defence. If you're coming short to the ball, it makes it a lot easier for the defender to mark you and get touch tight, stopping you from turning. But we want to try and look at being on their shoulder and running in behind the defence into this space that is behind them. The higher that the back four is positioned up the pitch, the more space you're going to have. And when you realise that, you can then go and attack sharply, looking for the ball over the top. But something that we're seeing quite a lot with strikers and attacking players at the moment is that they're regularly dropping short to the ball. As we can see, we have the player in yellow here. They will be passing the ball into that attacker's feet who's dropped short. By doing that, the defence push up the field and almost squeeze the play, forcing the midfielders to be congested and forcing that attacker to not have much space or place to go anywhere. So what we want to make sure is that we always realise how much space is in behind that back four. The midfielder on the ball will be looking to receive that ball and then potentially clip it over the top, but only if you as an attacker are looking to run in behind. So here you could potentially drop short initially, drawing that defender out of that space, and then by doing that, you can then go and attack the area behind by making a quick little spin in behind, looking for that ball from the midfielder over the top of the defence for you to run onto and potentially then have a 1v1 opportunity with the opposition's goalkeeper. As a striker, you want to make sure that you develop your positioning and ability to run in behind, but it's important to work in the right areas of the pitch, just like Bayern Munich's Robert Lewandowski. He's a great goal scorer, but he does the majority of his work close to the goal, within the width of the area. Our third area is to focus on our positioning, staying in an area that is best for you as the attacker, doing the majority of our work inside the width of the penalty area. If we can stay within this area, you're going to be in a lot better position to receive the ball in more dangerous areas of the pitch, getting you the chance to take more shots, run in behind, and potentially score more goals while being in much better positions. Now, the issue that sometimes happens is if we get drawn out wide. The danger area is that yellow square that we have there. If we get drawn out too wide, it could put us in the wrong position where we're nowhere near to the ball when it's delivered. So our centre back here is playing the ball straight between the centre back and full back. The left winger will look to receive and whip into the box. If you're too wide, you won't receive that ball. These top strikers are prolific, and something that sets them apart is their ability to attack the near post. Getting to the ball ahead of the defender, and even the slightest of touches to flick it in the back of the net are good enough for the goal scorers. So Harry Kane, Lewandowski and Lukaku are fantastic at this, and they will focus at getting to the near post first. One other hugely important thing for the attacker is to get to the near post and attack that near post, getting to the ball before the centre back. So if our left winger has the ball here, you as the attacker need to try and get into that box very quickly, beating the centre back to the ball. If you do this regularly in a season, you'll add a lot more goals to your game. The top strikers all have fantastic movement in the box, and the players that score more and more goals are the ones that are prepared to move and put the work in off the ball. So if we see here the left wingers on the ball and they're getting towards the goal line, typically the centre backs and the full backs are going to rush back toward their own goal. That is where they need to defend first and foremost. If we as the attacking player make a quick dart looking as if we're about to go and attack that goal as well, we're going to continue to force those centre backs back towards that own goal. However, if we're smart about it and we look up and halt our run, we can then see that we've got lots of space. The defenders have returned to their own goal, you've stopped still, and you're around that penalty spot area waiting for the cutback. So movement is key, and make sure you do plenty of it. Scoring goals is one of the hardest things in the game. That's why players who score goals typically go for a lot of money. So make sure you think about your movement, get yourselves in better positions to score more goals.